Hello, everybody. I think y'all know what this is.
A good Konami game?
You don't say that name anymore, but yes.
We must be digging deep.
Yep. Mystical Ninja starring Goemon on Nintendo 64.
Finally got this to work. Question mark?
There are still some problems. It's still imperfect. But the problems that we had last time, and this was when I had a brand new computer, so I know it's an emulation issue. There were problems with slowdown, like extreme slowdown. Like we still have some parts where the music glitches up just a little bit, but I'm talking to the point of being unplayable. But
we have kind of a curse, I want to say, where the obscure games that particularly Pull was wanting to play have always had some issue that only affected it. So, like, we wanted to do Gregory Horror Show, and Gregory Horror Show is like one of two games that can't be emulated.
Yeah, there's this emulation, like, it's amazing, but there's usually this little laundry list of games that, for one reason or another, even though the rest of the games in the library work, those games don't. And
we're talking like 4 games that don't work.
Yeah, like for the PlayStation 2, there's like a list of 5 games.
Gregory Horror Show's polygon count is probably what's the issue here.
Yeah, I mean, it was really ahead of its time. You know, it pushed the processor to the limits.
It was like the Night Trap of PS2.
Yeah. May as well have been an FMV game.
We actually did, if I remember correctly, be able to stream a little bit of it.
We were able to get some of it working, but that's just because somebody out there in the community put the effort out. Because with these, kind of the emulation scene, unless somebody takes a certain interest in this one certain game, it just never happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the lot, how things are.
Actually reminds me, I've been watching RPG Limit Break this week. The speedrunning marathon. It's basically AGDQ just with only RPGs in it.
I love all those menus.
Well, it's for National Alliance for Mental Health. It's actually a pretty good charity.
I got nothing against speedrunning networks.
Yeah.
But they did Sweet Home last night, which was like just thinking about all the people who put so much time and effort into working on one game, and basically like 2 people translated all of that story.
Wasn't Gone Home? That was a Capcom game, right?
Not Gone Home. Gone Sweet Home.
My sister is a ghost lesbian. Sweet Home is a Capcom game. It's basically the predecessor to Resident Evil.
Yeah, it was like a survival horror RPG on the NES, and wasn't it actually based on like a movie or something to boot?
It was either one way or the other. It was a game then a movie, or a movie then a game.
Yeah, I know it was a franchise of sorts.
It was a licensed game on the movie. They came out on the same day.
Ah.
So
it was a tie-in game.
Yeah, and the people who made the game had somewhat of an idea of what was going to happen in the movie. Like, they knew the plot points, they knew the spoilers, but they were like, literally the maker of the movie was like, do whatever you want.
Okay, it's a rhythm game.
It's actually like, it's actually not a bad RPG. Like, in terms of NES RPGs in particular, it's probably the most streamlined, fun one of them.
I mean, I also heard it was a reasonably moody game for a kind of limited 8-bit RPG.
There are children being tossed into incinerators. They do not fuck around.
Somebody melts.
Yeah. Like, they take a couple of, like, very gory death scenes, like, pretty damn hardcore in it. Oh, I love that Ojo laugh.
can't be any worse than Barney's hide and seek adventure.
Hey, I won't have you talking shit about Barney's hide and seek adventure.
Sorry, Dave. I know it's close to your heart.
You knew this.
We hid, we saw it, and we found fun.
They turned it into an American castle. That was cool.
Jeez. I've never known anyone who's been able to do Beavis's laugh like spot on. Let me get my clothes on. I ate my clothes in an effort to get out.
Well, no,
I was pretty okay with the SNES version of Goemon because I always wanted to live out my fantasy of being a farting ninja.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could fart, couldn't you?
That was like one of his trademarks.
It's a symbolism for cultural appropriation.
You know, you make that joke, but some of the Goemon games do have that kind of theme. Like, there's a lot of games in this series, and we only got a few of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, we got 2 on the N64 and then like 1 on the SNES, but there were like at least probably 8 or 9 games, right?
Yeah. I mean,
At least on conventional consoles. I know he got like a title on like the Wonder Swan or some other obscure handheld.
yeah, he has like at least 4 or 5 games on the Super Nintendo. And we only got 1 of those. And yes, this is related to the Super Nintendo Legend of Mystical Ninja. Of course, some of you may know him as Kid Ying. And his
Kid Ying and Dr. Yang.
Dr. Yang, yeah.
And not Goemon and Ebisu.
Yeah, Ibisumaru.
And
That
for those
guy
of us who
went to school for 12 years.
Yep, this guy's a ninja.
He's a doctor.
This guy is a ninja.
I've actually been playing Persona 5, where one of the characters' persona is the actual Goemon.
There we go.
And he looks as
Oh,
silly
yeah.
as he does.
That's right. This is based on like a mythological figure who may have been real. Is he real? Is anime real?
Let's see. So I want to say that he is a like semi-legendary person. Like, yeah, he does have a birth and death date.
Okay, so he's a mythological figure in the sense that Robin Hood is a mythological figure.
Well, I mean, it was 1594, so I think they were pretty damn accurate on the. He was born. Yeah, he's kind of like probably a real person, but there's been a folk hero aspect.
Yeah, not mythological, like a folk hero. In that he would. Didn't he have like a Robin Hood thing going on where he would give money to the poor?
Pretty much. What he went against, and they actually talk about this in P5. He went against Hideyoshi, who was the Totomi Hideyoshi, who was the basically the leader of Japan at that time. And he was referred to as a thief. And basically, the government hated him. So as he became popular,
oh heck!
The government tried to smear him by saying that, like, oh, he's not only a thief, he tried to assassinate the Oda clan warlord, and he tried to take down the government, but he didn't count on the fact that basically a lot of people didn't like the government and started viewing that as a positive thing.
Oh, so he was the guy that was punching Nazis.
Basically, imagine if the Trump administration came out and was like, this is the guy who punched Richard Spencer. Also, he set Wall Street on fire and punched Mike Huckabee's son in the face. but in a way to like make him look bad.
And then everyone
kinda
was
had
like,
the-
LMAO, that's cool.
Okay, and then everybody wanted to kiss him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then only this ended not good for Goemon because he ended up being boiled in oil.
Ooh.
Ain't that just a way to go?
Goemon, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he and his entire family got boiled in oil.
Oh. That's not a hat. Well, I mean, his memory lives on in video games.
And
Yeah,
McNuggets.
him and his whole
McNuggets.
family were boiled alive. Yeah, not fun.
Hey, how many RTs for 1,000 nuggets? And they boil him alive.
Man, that Nuggets guy is Milkshake Duck in a fucking like.
Honestly, lifetime nuggets seems like a punishment.
Lifetime. Hey, why is? Do you know how much nuggets cost? $1. Like $1 for maybe $2 for an adequate day's worth of nuggets. 365 days a year. That's $700 a year. Over the span of 50 years, let's say, that's like, we're not talking like millions, a mystical amount of money here. We're talking like a couple of thousand.
They're basically throwing trash at you as a joke.
Well,
Yeah.
think about how much PR that generated for Wendy's, specifically good PR. They've been on a tear
18
lately.
million. 18 million retweets. You can't pay for that publicity. And if you did, you probably would have spent like $20,000 hiring a PR guy anyway. So for basically like a quarter of a normal PR guy's salary, paid in nuggets, they got like the best publicity ever.
Yep.
Well, we can
Brunson
see
is
our
right.
girlfriend or we can get a pizza.
A pizza. Listen, if we saw our girlfriend but didn't have, I think our girlfriend would be more upset if we
Well,
went
our
to go see
girlfriend is right
our
there, and we
pizza.
already saw her, so I'm gonna get a pizza. Oh,
Nice.
If we saw her, but we didn't have a pizza, I think she'd be more upset with us.
they don't have
Saw
pizza.
her without a pizza, she'd go, "Why do you come? Get a pizza before you come to see me."
How
Be an
many
idiot.
retweets for lifetime pizza? Or for forever pizza?
Forever.
Million years pizza morning, over and over, every day.
See, I'm waiting for like Bushmills to come out and be like, "How many retweets for a lifetime supply of bourbon?" And they're like, "It's not gonna be it's gonna be like a year's worth of bourbon top." So, go for it, kiddo.
I tweeted Nintendo and asked them how many RTs to make Mario real.
Oh man. Okay, so I know some people don't like it. I fucking love the Please Retweet series. Not for its
People
like
who don't like fun hate that series.
some people don't. Some people are like, "Oh man, they're whoring out to try and get a corporation to be your friend." And I'm like, have you watched the videos? I don't think his goal is to try and seriously get Nintendo to retweet him. It's about a man having a nervous breakdown while a really good music background plays on it. I just
It'd be
want that
like
music.
if somebody watched the Griffin McElver videos and they're like, you know, amiibos don't
think
go
this
in
guy
your
is-
mouth.
I don't think taste factors into amiibos. And yeah, that was Lunch Lady Doris.
You're not supposed to make characters that ugly in customized character games.
That's not the right way to play Dark Souls at all.
God.
Yo, check out those donuts.
Yeah, let's get some
Oh,
hamburgers.
those jelly
We can
jelly
get
donuts.
regular hamburger or hamburger with plums. I want that.
I will say, I want that. I will say though, I've been listening on my days at the gym. I've been listening to their D&D, their family D&D podcast.
Who are you?
They're
Oh my
actually,
god! Look at this guy.
Whoa, calm down. Calm down there, buddy boy.
This guy's really interested in our conversation.
Yes. What are you gonna buy at the general store? I'm on my way.
What was trending back then? Bath salts?
Well, I mean, they are today too for a different reason.
Still? Wait a minute. It's not like people eating faces again, is it?
Florida's moved on to much harder stuff.
Yeah, about the bath bombs now. Listen, at any time, I'm just automatically assuming that people in Florida are already eating people's faces. Like,
Oh, if
You
you're
have
going
to-
to
you have
save,
to
you need to go to the
disprove.
inn. Okay, where's the
there you
inn?
go.
Is this it?
I think that
Ah, okay.
that looks pretty innish. I'm in.
Guy looks like a scam artist.
I'm trying to figure out if that's his mouth or
He's
A
got like a
symbol.
tooth thing going on.
oh.
It's kind of a rarity back in like the 1400s.
Yeah, teeth. Having teeth.
Having all your teeth. And goddamn, that guy is training for the world marathon.
Can we talk to the dog? Can we pet dog?
Arf, arf, help me, arf, arf.
Help me.
Oh, there's more.
Aw, he's scared of the
It's
UFO
okay.
ship.
It's okay, buddy. You won't have to worry about that until Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, that's the dog ending dog. That dog there is that dog's great granddad.
Well, actually, in one of the later, I forget exactly what Silent Hill it is. I want to say Origins. They have their UFO ending is that in that one is aliens pop down to kidnap Travis, and the dog is actually hanging out with them in the UFO.
I see. Yeah.
You trying to tell me there were Silent Hill games after 4?
I liked Origins.
Get out.
I liked Origins and Homecoming. Not Homecoming. Shattered Memories.
You
Nobody
keep
likes
dropping
Homecoming.
this dime on yourself. You can stop.
They
We'll
weren't.
let you
They
take it
weren't.
back, Tom.
They weren't true Silent Hill games in my mind, but they were still fun.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair.
Hey, Million, how's it going?
Hey, Millions. Good to see you.
What's up, dude?
I never understood this guy.
Plasma!
It's Plasma Man, dude.
But plasma is in like what's in your blood?
Or
Yeah, I think
possibly-
it's like a curse.
a state of matter.
I think it's maybe cursed blood.
And then why
Oh,
does he have a
man.
bag on his head?
I'm
And am I
thinking the big
am I
guy-
supposed to just ignore these things
He's
dancing?
the doctor.
These monstrous.
No, I think you're supposed to slip singles in their cracks.
I don't
Yeah.
even know what they are. Like the texture looks. Oh wait, no. Okay, well, I gave you a tip.
Is this LSD Dream Emulator?
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, like they just
You're
grabbed a random
off.
texture almost. This is an ugly carpet.
Also, Million, I would love to see a crossover where you have Goemon in Neo.
Oh, the dog's name is Chuppy. Chuppy. Where's Chuppy?
It's Chuppy.
Oh god.
I'm-
Chuppy. Chuppy is me.
We're all chubby. And in that moment, we were all chubby.
I'm the dog who can't sleep over their UFOs.
Uh-huh. Well, sometimes we're the not sleeping dog, and sometimes we're the sleeping dog.
Sometimes we're the chubby enemy.
Other
you know what they
times
look
we're
like?
the
They look
flying
like-
dragon dog head.
I wish. Those ones, like, you ever see the videos where, like, it's a guy talking, but his head's upside down and his chin has, like, a face painted on it?
Yeah.
That's what those things look like.
Stamina.
By the way,
dumplings.
Watching people do that with the chin freaks me the fuck out.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, this is cute, actually. So, So in one of the Super Nintendo games, like Impact, you guys know what Impact is, right?
Yeah.
He's the giant robot that helps Goemon. In one of the Super Nintendo games, he decides to leave to be a dancer and a movie star.
Huh.
So that's like a callback to that.
And it worked.
Yeah, Miss Impact. And, I guess Normal Impact. Goemon Impact. The giant clockwork robot.
Okay, so here's our map of Japan.
To scale.
To scale, yeah.
Holy dog tits, that's a lot of games in the series.
How many games?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 18,
Wow.
23 in the main series, and probably about 10 more in spin-offs.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Goemon was pretty much Konami's cash cow for a long time.
I knew 2.
One of them, anyway. Remember when Konami had IP? And could juggle multiple projects?
I remember when Konami made games.
Oh man, the N64, so many buttons and you could never get a good camera on it.
Well, this one was kind of an early N64 game, and it has no camera controls whatsoever. Like, if you want to recenter the camera, you gotta wait a couple seconds. It will just always...
Oh, God.
It always swings to your
64
back.
style.
God, I hate it when games try to put in realism like that.
Didn't anyone test this game before they released it?
What? Some of those Goemon games were sci-fi, and Ebisu was a moe girl. What
Yeah,
the
that was after the Lunatics Unleashed style redesign,
Oh, that's bad news for literally everyone.
where they turned Goemon into like a really super Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime ninja. Sasuke was still a robot, but he looked stupid, and Ebisu was an actual girl, like a moe girl. I don't think that went well over. I don't think that went over well even in Japan.
Well, they even have Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a literally Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh yeah.
Ebisu Maru card.
Well, there's a lot of Konami property has Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I never played Yu-Gi-Oh! So,
I used to. I said it.
okay, I know one thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's everyone knew one person who had their own Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, spin-off, like, OC universe.
What?
Okay, that might just be me then.
No, I didn't know anybody who had their own original Yu-Gi-Oh character. But in the new Yu-Gi-Oh game, you can make your own Yu-Gi-Oh character, and he...
My friend literally had a series that he had been writing since he was 12 called Nikio.
Okay, you can't leave it at that. You have to tell us about Mikio.
Do indulge us.
I am not joking about this. My buddy literally got a scholarship to NYU.
For writing Mikio?
Based on, he basically submitted a couple of his, like, later episodes from, like, he's actually, like, a pretty damn, like, good filmmaker, 3D modeler, and,
Right. Like,
editor.
obviously, I want to preface this, we make fun, but, whatever you're into, whatever you want to do, if you're passionate about it, that's fine. But
Go for it.
then again, it is Mikio, so yeah, I'm sure you can handle a little bit of some light.
I am going to see if I can find any of the. I also just looked at. Oh God! I just looked at the Lunatics remake of Goemon, and no. Oh God, no! What? No! That's not. That doesn't work for anyone.
Yeah.
Oh God. So yeah, Nikio was basically started by my friend when he was like 12. Where it was just he basically spent a summer playing too much like Kingdom Hearts and.
You know, I was about to say that seems like a Kingdom Hearts thing.
Oh yeah. I will give him credit for this though. Like when I knew this guy from high school. So when we were like 15, he literally recorded himself playing through all of Kingdom Hearts, the one that didn't come out stateside for a long time, the one with like all the.
So we had like
stuff.
an import Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, he captured all the footage, translated a bunch of screenshots, and basically he did the first LP that I have ever seen. Basically, what he wanted to do was make I am not joking about this, 7-disc DVD.
Of himself playing Kingdom Hearts Japanese.
Kingdom Hearts and Chain of Memories. He basically just left in cutscenes, fights, and like important stuff. Translated all the Japanese-only dialogue, because most of it was spoken in English. But they kept in the English voice acting track.
Yeah,
so
it's weird that some Japanese games, like, they go straight for English dubbing, but then they have the Japanese text.
That's because they spent a fucking ton of money on the on some of the voice actors for the US one, like Lance Bass and Sephiroth.
I think he'd be a little bit more desperate for slots now. I know that Dan Castellaneta was in it for at least one role.
Yes, he was.
Oh.
He was the genie.
Ah.
I see. They couldn't get Robin Williams?
No.
He was too busy playing Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Seems like something he'd be into. But then again, he did turn down later roles as Genie and, like, other stuff, so maybe he was just done with it.
I think, yeah. I think they couldn't pay him enough.
Yeah, he probably would have been mucho expensive.
Oh God, I think I might have found some of it.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what? How do you find this? Wait, that's what I want to know. How do you find stuff that you made, that your friend made when he was 15? Did he put it somewhere?
Yeah, on YouTube.
Oh. Okay.
This is the video that actually got him into NYU. He made a official music video for Nikio set to Slipknot. like I've only seen a little bit of this, but basically he evolved it to like he evolved it from my OC Yu-Gi-Oh to like he literally 3D animated his cat as like a demonic villain, like.
Oh, so this is kind of like Angry Video Game Nerd, only different.
A little bit.
Maybe he doesn't swear so much.
He also
maybe he doesn't swear so much and doesn't threaten to take dumps on something.
He also uses a lot of clips from Yu-Gi-Oh itself, but they all have the kids WB watermark on them.
Lord Liquor says Robin Williams was pissed with Disney after the way they broke a contract agreement not to use Genie as a major marketing character, even to the point where he made them agree not to use Genie in more than 30% of the posters, but they broke that promise. Huh. I wonder why.
Who the hell else are they gonna put on the poster? Like, Iago?
Yeah, really. He's
Come see this movie!
What, are they gonna put the carpet?
I mean, that's just... It's kind of a weird request, isn't it? That's
It is kind of strange.
It's kind
I
of like
don't-
saying, I want to do this character because I like the character, but I don't want you to merchandise the character, which the entire point of making a movie is to make merchandise, is for
Yeah.
these companies. So, I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning with that would be. Not 30% of posters, but in major images, and Genie couldn't take up the majority of the share of that image.
They needed him because Robin Williams was like the biggest fucking draw of that movie. At
Yeah,
the
he
time.
was. Like, would you have seen that movie if, like, Aladdin was really big on the poster and Genie wasn't there?
And B, it's how they managed to market that movie to racists.
That's just strange. Like, Robin Williams was the draw of that movie. Maybe...
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who actually did like some of the other voice work for other characters in that movie. 'Cause
Well,
Robin Williams is all
Gilbert
I
Gottfried.
know.
Jonathan Freeman, I think.
Who is Gordon Freeman's brother?
I can't think of any other big names that were in it.
Like, for a lot of people, wasn't that their first breakout role?
Well, I mean, it was also at a time when animated features didn't often feature like shoulder-to-shoulder A-list celebrity voice actors. They used like real voice actors. Like, I mean, Gilbert Gottfried and oh yeah, Frank Welker was in this. Who did he play? Oh, he was a Boo and some other voices too.
I've heard that name, Frank Welker, and I always have trouble placing it with what he did.
He's in tons and tons and tons of stuff, but he oftentimes plays like animals or things that just make scrabbly weird noises and shit. I'm trying to think of like voices that you would know. I know he does some Looney Tunes stuff. I think he plays Elmer Fudd sometimes.
Okay.
Scooby-Doo.
What in Scooby-Doo?
Oh, he's Fred.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's the recent Fred in Scooby-Doo. Okay, yeah.
No, he is the Fred actor who's been doing Fred since 1969, and
Wait,
he is the
really?
only one. He has refused to let other people do Fred.
I thought he took it on like in the last decade or so.
No, he has been Fred since the beginning, and literally like when every other character on that, when like Casey Kasem is like, I'm not doing Shaggy like 20 years later, fuck you.
Wow.
They were like, okay, let's recast everyone, and like at that time, like 60-year-old Frank Welker's like, okay, you're not replacing me. I'm Fred, goddammit.
He was also Dr. Claw and
Dr.
Megatron.
Claw, shit.
There you go.
Also, I found from my friend's studio, while looking at their YouTube, I found something, a project of his that I'm in.
Oh.
It's gonna make absolutely no goddamn sense, because literally, like, he wrote a script for, like, a short video, and I agreed to take part in it, and then when it was finished, like, we're like, we should make a trailer for a sequel we're never gonna make. Since then, the original movie has been taken down, so literally nothing makes sense, but you can see what I looked like in 2006. Which just means me with longer hair.
Did you sport a luxurious Fabio mane?
I used to have heavy metal hair.
Yeah.
Did you box?
Not at that time. I didn't actually start like working out and doing like some form of karate until about 2009.
According to Robin Williams, he said, "Not only did they use my voice, they took a character I did and overdubbed it to sell stuff. That was the one thing I said, don't do that. That was the one thing where they crossed the line."
I mean, back then I thought he would have said, "Yes, please," to a bigger slice of cocaine money.
Did he have a problem?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he had a
Did he
cocaine
ever?
problem.
I mean, if you were rich in the 80s, yeah,
I kind of
you had a coke
understand that,
problem.
like, that was just, like, the in thing back then. Like, people like to, whatever, take another line of coke, George Carlin, but, like, a ton of people did it back then. It was, like, a big pressure.
Just like look at any of Robin Williams' stand-up from like the 80s, and yeah, he's cocaine personified.
Yep.
So this is what I like about this game. One of the big things I like is,
Yeah, right, we're playing a game.
yeah, it's got dynamic music. So the dungeons have their own little music, and as you get further into the dungeon, the music will change. Like, it'll get layers and become more robust.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's one of the first games that I can remember that did that. Another one that really did that, like, was really big on the dynamic music system was Oddworld,
That's right.
where
That's a series I need to work on.
yeah, where stuff that happened on the screen was, they didn't have their music cue, but they had, like, if something started chasing you, then the music would respond and stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't Tasmania.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. The original TIE Fighter and X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter had dynamic music, like advertised heavily.
Yeah, it was kind of a big deal when it came out.
I mean, that's something I love so much about like the Platinum Games stuff.
Yeah,
as
Nier
well as-
Automata did that too, and it was amazing because the music in
Nier
that's amazing.
The best example of it is Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Like, fuck, that game did it so well. To the point where, like, when you're beating an enemy and you're coming in up close, you get more guitar riffs, you get, like, more instruments coming in, and then when you go for the kill, the lyrics pop up, and just, like, fuck, that's how you get hyped for a boss battle.
Yeah. Like, with Nier, they have these cutscenes that, if you have dynamic music, you can make it so that, it's like a movie where something big happens and then the music changes and swells and it comes off really nice.
Elite Beat Agents also did that too. Like,
With your favorite 90s tunes.
Yeah, but
Listen,
that's a
Elite
music
Beat
game. You kind of expect it
so.
to happen there.
No, actually, what that game did was it basically had 3 checkpoints during each song to see how you're doing, and if you have your like enthusiasm bar up to up higher than medium, it'll be a success. If it's anything lower, it'll be a failure. And basically, if it's higher up, you'll get the full backing song. You'll get like everything going well. But if you don't do good and you're kind of like failing a lot of stuff, it'll kind of slow it down and maybe take a couple instruments out.
Kind of like how if you do bad in Parappa, a duck starts quacking.
Pretty much, and it just makes it harder to get back in. But yeah, so did Loco Roco.
Yeah,
That is a game.
and
That's
that's
a game
another
that I haven't
music
thought
game,
about
isn't
for a
it?
while, except for this week, where
No, I'm
I've
thinking
for
of
some
Phantom.
reason talked about Loco Roco 3 times this week.
It's kind of like how when everyone in your feed started mentioning Lazy Town out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know the one person who more than likely would have. I know the one person, my one friend who, the artist who, like, she was working at a a hotel at the time, and it was just like the most boring work. She was basically doing the late shift. And she, out of all the characters on it, she loved the mayor of Lazy Town.
But, like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be a complete fucking nerd here. A, the puppets
What
on
else
that
is
show
new?
are kind of creepy. And B, who the fuck likes the mayor? Like, he's the worst character.
That's her thing. She likes obscure characters. In
I can
in
see
shows.
that. Okay, yeah, I can see that, where it's like, oh, I'm being a total snob. It's like, oh, you like Dan? What the fuck ever, Ryu's better.
A little bit. But like in like the span of a week, she literally watched every episode of Lazy Town. And she messaged me like, why am I like so obsessed with watching shows for kids? Because she is the same person who's really into Word Girl. Like, to the point where she's actually right now talking to, like, one of the old producers on the show.
See, that's
Like-
one of the great things about the internet is, if you want to get in touch with some of these people, like, depending on how accessible they are, like, you can just reach out and just talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah, she's mentioning how, like, she's showing Word Girl to some of her second graders, and they love it.
Yeah.
And she's like, honestly, this is kind of making my week.
Well, first, there was, like, that deal where the actor for Robbie Rotten, he got some kind of cancer, and then he had, like, it's in remission now, I believe, and he's fighting it, but he had, like, a fund that, was supposed to get him through his recovery period, and people gave to it because they just really liked Robbie Rotten. And,
Memes literally
and he-
saved his life.
Yeah, and he made videos that were for them. Like, he put in his like, he has these fake teeth that he wears when he's playing Robbie Rotten, and he did, like, the meme, like, the popular, like, We're
He not
Number
only
One
did
song. He did it
We're
live.
Number One-
He did it live with the 3 guys that were in the original, that were in, like, 1 episode.
Yeah, who have, like, one line in the entire song, and that line is, hey.
Yeah. And it was just a goofy thing. Like, they just danced around inside his studio apartment.
Yeah.
And he got in
And-
touch with the guy at the studio that made the music to release, like, the non-lyric version. So
Yeah, so people can do their own ones.
yeah, so you can, like, make your own little funny videos. He just
Hey, if it's safe in
he
my
just
life, I'll
it's
do
weird.
whatever
He
the
just
fuck.
completely embraced the fact that he had become a meme.
I think it's refreshing for a lot of, specifically, like, voice actors. That's what I've seen a lot of lately, is, like, the likes of, like, Matthew Mercer, who's kind of become a celebrity in his own. Just, like, voice actors in general get to interact with their fans, and more of the fans are understanding, like, who the actors are.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a refreshing change of pace, because most of the time when voice actors used to kind of let it be known who they were met with sort of incredulity, unless they were at, like, a convention or something.
Yeah.
Like, no one would fucking believe them, even if they did the voice. Or, like, it just wasn't that important to somebody, because they're not, like, a celebrity, they're just a voice. But now people understand, and it's awesome.
Well, now we have things like Performance Matters, where it's like people are trying to push that, hey, these voice actors, even in games or even in, like, children's media or children's voice actors, they're still, I mean, I still consider them celebrities, and they should be treated. I don't say treat them like celebrities, because, you should treat them like people.
Maurice Lamont is one of the hardest working people in the fucking industry.
Yeah.
Like, he's still doing the dang thing.
And with
But
stuff
it's
like,
actually interesting.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It's actually interesting that we're mentioning, like, voice actors getting in contact with stuff. I made a tweet today, and this is literally true, because Facebook reminded me. About 2015, I went out to a bar, got very, very, very drunk, walked home, came back, passed out. Like, I don't remember I don't remember anything from, like, leaving to walk home. And I just woke up in my bed the next day. And when I woke up in bed, I went on my computer and saw that I had opened up Paint, and made. I took basically Zero from Drakengard 3 and put her specific flower on Drake's face and made a Drakengard 3 logo. And I uploaded. I'm like,
Wait,
I blacked out.
hang on a
Oh
second.
no!
Oh my god, my fucking partner just posted that in our group chat a little while ago. They don't even
Yeah.
know you.
Yeah.
What, is that becoming like a famous image now?
I guess so.
It's at 500 retweets.
Tom, you're a monster.
But I'm looking at people who are retweeting it, and I looked at one, and I'm like, that icon looks kind of familiar. I hover over it. It's Christina V, voice actress of like Blaz Blue, a bunch of other stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. You retweeted it to 34,000 followers.
Yeah, so that's right.
Yeah.
But even like on stuff with YouTube, currently the voice actors for 9S and 2B are playing Nier Automata,
Yeah.
which is really neat. Because in some cases, like, they just do the voices and they don't know the story.
It's also kind of funny because my buddy Dylan goes by Hazu online. He just was on a spoiler cast with the voice actor for 2B. So she followed him on Twitter afterwards, and he posted a thing on Twitter, a thing on Facebook saying, "Oh my God, they followed me back." And I'm looking at it, and I'm seeing Kira Buckland's icon, but it should, you know how it'll show like the other 3 people who followed you beforehand?
Uh-huh.
It's Kira Buckland, and then immediately behind Kira Buckland is a fat naked man holding a baby. And I'm like, is that beef? Yeah, that's beef. I'm like, wait a minute, I know that guy. But yeah, so I reposted that, and like the thing has been fucking exploding. But yeah, literally Facebook reminded me of that I just got drunk and made that one night. Whoops. Oh god, I remember that here, having Mike Pollock talking shit about the 20th anniversary live stream, which was a fucking disaster.
Mike Pollock is who? Voice of Sonic?
Yes, hold on. Also, I don't call my ex when I'm drunk. My ex calls me when she's drunk. It's not the best. Oh yeah, Robotnik. One of the Robotniks.
Oh, okay.
He's like the current Robotnik. Mike Pollock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been like the Robotnik since Sonic X.
Which means that he wasn't the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik, and therefore who gives a shit.
Not Eggman Runch. We say Dr. Robotnik in this house.
There's, Jim Cummings, Robotnik from the Saturday morning
Yeah,
one.
Saturday morning, and then
That
there's, of
wasn't
course,
Jim Cummings. Oh, wait, yes,
was
you
Jim
mean
Cummings,
Saturn,
yeah.
yes.
Saturn.
Yeah,
but
That
then,
was totally
and-
him.
of course, the legendary Long John Baldry.
God
Yeah.
bless his soul.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually have some of his blues CDs.
Really?
Yeah, he sang. Did you know that?
Oh, I knew that, but I never actually got to hear any of his music.
His music is good. And he wasn't putting on like a goofy voice for Robotnik. He sounds exactly like he is.
That is so comforting.
Yeah, so it's like you can hear Robotnik singing about the blues. He really liked to sing blues. Like
Oh,
one
yeah,
of
just going
his
with,
favorite songs that he did was It Still Ain't Easy.
Yeah.
You'll need to send me this shit later. I gotta listen in.
Oh yeah, sure. Most definitely.
Also, Goon Sausage. Yeah, I really recommend to anyone, if you're ever at a convention that, like, either myself, Slowbee, RTX, MagFest, PAX East, if you're ever there, fucking, like, seek us out, because Like I hung out with Slowly pretty much all of MagFest, this last MagFest, a little bit of PAX, and other cons in the past, and yeah, they're fun. Him, Geop, Tide, he's there. They're all really
Madison.
fun people to hang around Maddie in particular, yeah. If he like fucking flies all the way in for it.
Yeah.
PA Master 2. Basically go to MagFest is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and Bear Pigman, Tom, let me know when the tickets go on sale this year because I want to make this one.
Trust me, I will be. Tickets for MagFest, thankfully, are not the hardest thing to find. Rooms are the hardest thing to find. But I'm usually on my game for that. So worst case, I can just tag you.
Man, I'd love to make it to MagFest, but I don't know if I can afford any more vacations this year. I'm already scheduled to go back to South Carolina like in August, and it'll be an unpaid vacation.
Metaton.
MagFest is in the first week of January, and it's right where Washington D.C. meets Maryland. The area that the hotel, like basically, I recommend people go there, even if you don't care about the convention, which by the way you should, because MagFest is the only good con, like, event-wise. Like, PAX East is fun. There's too much to do there, and all the lines suck, and it's expensive. MagFest is run by the people. There's like you literally can't have no like big corporate sponsors.
Yeah,
are
PAX
allowed.
is basically where you go if you want to buy stuff and see what's coming up for new games. And then
I mean, it's
MagFest-
basically it's E3 for sensible people now.
Yeah.
Pretty much. MagFest is all like YouTube creators, all musicians, and all
What the fuck? Sigma's in Goemon?
yeah.
Oh
This
yeah.
is also right.
And he's got fire breath this time too.
So, okay, Ubisoft is saying they like the idea of MagFest, but they're discouraged from going because of all the stories of attendees being weird during the entire con. It is true, there are some fucking weirdo McWeirdos at MagFest. I have seen them firsthand. At the same time, unlike some conventions where they're gonna find you no matter what, MagFest gets as weird as you let it get. Like, honestly, if you don't, like, I know some people like I don't want to go to anime con because I don't want to drink, I don't want to, smoke pot, I don't want to do anything like that.
I don't want to get a blowjob from a Torio cosplayer.
You don't want to get that goat mom. You do not have to. I do the weird shit because I go fucking full in on weird ass experiences, but honestly, I did my first MagFest completely sober and had a blast. All you really have to do
really
is
fun, even before you get fucked up.
Yeah, the 24-hour arcade, like, Beef didn't have a drink the entire weekend, and he had the time of his life. Like, you honestly don't have to. Don't think that you're gonna get stories from the event. You're gonna have a fun time at the event. You can just go and like watch music until literally 6 in the morning, or play arcade games till like. One of my favorite experiences was there's a Namco rhythm shooter. It's literally like it's a taiko drum game, but it has a light gun. So it's like instead of tapping the drums, you're shooting to the beat. I remember doing me and Turbo C did a round of that with an Idolmaster song that that had a mashup with the Beastie Boys. So like I'm literally like me and them are shooting we're shooting down the beats to this Idolmaster song as I'm like rapping Beastie Boys. And like that was definitely one of my favorite moments.
We might have a panel this year.
Ooh, that would be nice.
A visual novel book club panel, maybe. Keep that
See if
under
you can
your
make
hat.
it. Fuck.
I mean, yeah, Trust me, if my friends get some of their stupid panels pushed through, you guys are gonna be fine. Yeah, it's if you can get a couple of friends to go, it's even better. Like my room was fucking packed full of people. Because I literally had one of my friend's rooms got completely canceled on them, and I took them all into mine. So we had like an 11-person party room. And then there are some weird shit happening, but they're fun weird shit. They're weird shit like coming back from drinking with everyone in the LP former SA community and seeing a tiny Asian girl drawing Overwatch porn on the Bible for $5
I want to point out, on paper with a Bible, not on a Bible.
Yeah, no, literally. This, well, I mean, it was awkward for me because I come into the room and there's about 10 people crowded around this, again, tiny Asian girl, and I'm like, what in the fuck is going on here? What weird sex thing did I just walk into? And they're like, it's not as bad as you thought, Tom, but it's still pretty bad. It was Genji jerking off, if I remember correctly.
I need healing.
Need that healing. And then one of my friends, like, I had her draw a really, really, really thick May. I'm like, okay, I can't blame you for that one.
Like super thick.
Like
blueberry style thick.
The ass was 90% of the page. It was actually pretty cool. Old McCanton had a farm.
I love it when Blizzard makes some kind of new thing in Overwatch and then people freak out about it.
What? Okay, so I haven't been paying attention. What's the new?
Well, let's see. People were freaking out because Symmetra was on the autism spectrum. People were freaking out because Tracer was gay. People were freaking out because what else? I don't know. Just like whatever shit they put into the comics.
Oh no, you're expanding the world! No, I don't want to have to deal with autistic people.
Well, it's like, some people, I don't want to use weasel words, some people, but like the argument can be put forth that Blizzard is just doing that to like pander to people, but like you can't prove that. Like you can't prove that they're just doing that to, you know what I mean? It's like when somebody puts something into a game and then they take it out, and then you can be like, oh, that's censorship. And it's like, well, A, no, because you're making the game and you can decide what you want to put into it, and B, you don't know if, like, you want to make this fantasy where you were coerced to do that, and you just don't know.
I think it's a very telling point on their end where Tracer, it came out of nowhere, Tracer being gay and Symmetra being
that's kind of the point.
That's exactly the point. Because autistic people, in a lot of cases, if they don't tell you, you won't know.
Yeah.
Because autism isn't like, it's not like...
Yeah, people aren't these, like, broad stereotypes where if somebody's gay, they're like the C-3PO Star Wars, floating around gay. People aren't like that.
Yeah. You can be autistic and be a perfectly normal functioning member of society. That's what a spectrum is. Some people have it very hard, some people don't have it all that hard.
Did we lose Max?
Yes, he said he was ducking out. I don't know if it's a permanent duck out or
okay.
Just...
Well, he means that a duck came into the room and he has to deal with it. But yeah, like the characters that are well written, obviously when something like that is revealed, it's going to come out of nowhere because they're people. They just act like people, You know?
It's not like Tracer's. It's not like Tracer's been running around the entire time going, "The cavalry is here," and also I like
I'm
men.
gay. It's high noon, and also I'm gay. The dragon becomes me, and the dragon is gay.
The funny thing is, I didn't hear it myself because I wasn't in the room at the time, but apparently my friends who are buddies with Matt Mercer did actually get him to say.
See, that's another thing that's neat is they've got the voice actors that do the characters for Overwatch, and people in conventions love them. And they've actually played Overwatch, and they talk on the microphones to the people, and like, some of them can't believe it. It's like, oh, that's a pretty good impersonation. It's like, no, this is the actual McCree.
No, that's him. I remember, God, there was some convention in New Jersey I went to. I was working at Cablevision at the time, so I didn't get out of work until like 1 in the morning. So I didn't actually show up at the hotel until about like, I don't know, fucking 2:30 at night. And I come into our room and Matt Mercer is just kind of hanging out there. I'm like, hello.
Yeah, it's weird. People at conventions love him.
Yeah, he's as a guy who's met him on multiple occasions, he's a fucking stand-up dude. My friends have also got him really drunk one time. I don't know if anyone besides me has played the original Dragon Age. So
I have not.
I'll briefly explain then. We have friends who work in BioWare, and they're the ones who turned us onto this. It's called The Joining. Now, in the original Dragon Age, your Grey Warden is a whatever you choose them to be, but they partake in an event called The Joining, which basically means that 5 people drink tainted orc blood, and whoever lives gets to be a Grey Warden. Like, it's kind of the final test. It's like, I'm gonna drink poison, and if I survive, I'm now in this gang. We did not have tainted orc's blood handy.
Oh, I think this is Impact.
Oh shit. Yep, it's Impact time.
Ooh.
Anyway, tainted orc's blood?
Yeah, so it's like 5 new recruits drink tainted orc blood, and if their body can handle it, they officially become Grey Wardens. So what my friends do is they're like, we will, as like acting BioWare employees, we will, if you can gather the ingredients, we will do the joining. The joining is Bacardi 151, grenadine, and Kraken dark rum. And blood orange juice as well. You put in about 4 shots of 151. Oh, I'm saving this until after the song.
Please do.
マシンがうなる俺は機械だ鉄人だ今解き放てよ鋼の魂悪い奴らをぶち壊せ必殺限界パワーだ百裂パンチ俺はゴージャス
Hell yeah.
Yeah, baby. I forget what some of the buttons do.
Oh, that's a fall.
Oh, I see. We're supposed to just destroy as much stuff as we can. Because we're helping.
Take that. Take that, society.
Take that, buildings. Oh, I see. I think we're supposed to avoid the enemies and destroy the buildings.
Yeah, because they're gonna shoot at you no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, that gives us money and energy. I remember now. The energy you have in the boss fight is based on how well you do here. Let's see if I can remember how to do these. Okay, there's that. Light punch, heavy punch.
Tyson KO. You also have some kind of like laser.
There's some kind of reel-in attack. There we go. Okay. Oops.
Drag him in and go for the uppercut.
Forget how to reel him in. There we go.
Kabam! That real big fish.
There we go.
There we go.
There's the combo.
That's it. Going for the Roadhog hook in this guy. Seem to get a little bonus from punching the this guy.
Oh, what?
I was saying you're getting like a little bonus from punching the missiles when they came close to you as opposed to just shooting them down. Yeah, it's like half the... Yeah, I remember when
Nobunaga's ambition.
summoned the... Yeah. Mechanical ambition. If Godzilla's taught me anything, this is what Japan's history is all like.
If there's one complaint I have is that these robot sections kind of drag on for a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay, you're gonna stop that.
I mean, like, especially for the first one, like, I would imagine this to be, like, a third or fourth one. Like, after you've done these for a little while and kind of know a little more about them, you would think, like, the first robot section would be fucking easy.
Well, this is during a time when you were kind of expected to read the manual.
No, I guess so. Who fucking reads? No, like, the manual's on GameFAQs. Oh man, some of these take... Like, some of these attacks take way longer than others.
Okay, I think he's just about dead.
Then boom! Man, we got here in like a little over an hour, and I think it took us like 3 hours to get to here last time.
Really?
Yeah, it's because of slowdown. And,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we did this quite some time ago. I think it might have been one of the first things that we tried to do.
I think so too.
Yeah, and there was some sort of issue that was causing just massive slowdown spikes.
Like it was rough.
Yeah, we couldn't do it. But this has been great, other than like the few audio issues that there are.
Yeah, like 1 or 2. That's not a
Yeah.
problem at all. So this is gonna be for Pola's Nights. This is gonna be our like next
This is my go-to,
long-term
yeah.
stream game. We're gonna finish this puppy. Thank you, narrator elephant.
Thank you.
They're caused by the mysterious
Flake gang.
Man, I can't wait for them to get frosted. Is that a laugh track?
Yeah, this game has a laugh track. Yeah. Yari's pretty great. She's like this actually competent ninja. And then Ebisamura is like the weird ninja, and then Goemon is like he's okay as a ninja.
I love it whenever the straight man is like not a straight man.
Ooh. That might take a little while to unpack. Cause you could have a straight man that's not a straight man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, both are pretty funny.
I need to find the hotel. Okay, here's the hotel. I think this is just about where we stopped last time when we did this.
I'm like almost positive this is around where. I always think my favorite kind of humor in the world, like, okay, South Park has gone to hell in a handbasket, but I will, one thing that always will stick out for me is someone asked Trey Parker one time, like years ago, what he thought the funniest thing in the world was, and he said to him, like, the best idea in comedy is a man in a clown suit reading the news. And I still gotta agree with that, because someone in a ridiculous situation treating it like it's the most normal shit, like the most normal mundane shit, is exactly my kind of humor.
Uh-huh. Well, I think we'll call it there.
Get out of my house.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna stay here for a while, but thanks for coming.
Yeah, it's a new
I'm
house.
really glad that we got this working. So this is gonna be
Same here.
my channel for a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Tom, thanks for coming.
Mancho.
And thanks
no problem.
Thanks to all you guys, our regulars, Runch Millions, Lord Licorice, anybody I missed. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.